Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little tiny bit different from what they have been in the past. I'm going to be just sitting and chatting in my car with absolutely no cuts, no edits, no nothing, not even a real thumbnail for this video because I wanted this to just be like a real raw diary entry of just my thoughts in general. Because I've been recently watching this YouTuber. Her name's Jadina. She's a smaller YouTuber and she does spiritual readings and like prophetic words and stuff that have honestly really helped. And I really like that she's just like completely raw because she doesn't cut her videos or edit or anything. She purely just speaks about what she thinks in her head. So I really wanted to do something like that because I don't know. I've been wanting to make a video about my thoughts on post-grad, but I just never really found a good spot. I've never been in a good spot to make it. I don't know if that makes sense. But recently I feel like I've finally started to, I guess, see the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to this identity crisis that I've had. So let me explain. Also, sorry if I'm scattered of thoughts because that's just how my brain works. I'm not good at telling stories. I'll go from one spot to another spot to another spot, so please bear with me. Also, sorry my nails are long. I picked the nail polish off and didn't paint it. So yeah, anyways. But yeah, so I graduated this past May of 2024, and senior year was honestly like amazing. Best year ever. But at the same time, I don't know what it was. I feel like I kind of just lost myself. I feel like I'd lose myself and then find myself again. But as soon as I graduated, that's where I kind of was like, wait a minute, I can't find the words, but you weren't at your full potential because you weren't surrounded by people that would help you get to that point. And I'm not I'm not bashing on anyone that I came in contact with within the past 2 years or just whatever. Like, everyone that I have encountered in the past has helped me get to the spot that I'm at right now. But I didn't realize I wasn't really fully myself for the past 2 years. And I don't know if it's, I guess, like the people, like, everyone around me, amazing. I don't surround myself with people who are blatantly mean, but I think I was around people that, not that they were, what's the word? Not that they were intentionally trying to make me feel bad or anything, like not at all. It was just me, myself. I was just like trapped in who I presented myself as, because before in high school, like, I was just, even like high school and then like beginning of college, I was always just myself. Even though like I was self-conscious in high school, I truly was myself. Like, one of my main things that I always remember doing in high school was just telling people my favorite music or telling people to listen to the certain song, or being like unique and knowing that I'm a unique person and not many people around me are like me. Sorry, also I've ADHD, so like when I think of something, then like other things in my head just get lost. But anyways, music. So I would always play like music for people, tell them these things, like what I enjoy, because I wanted people to feel what I felt when I came into contact with things that I loved. So like with songs, if I felt a certain feeling with these songs, I would automatically like tell my friends, like, you should listen to the song, listen to this. And that helped me get voted best music taste in high school. But anyways, but then continuing into freshman year and sophomore year of college, I truly was with people that I could just be myself around, and I wasn't overthinking what I was doing in my head or just like worried about offending someone else, which, I mean, obviously be conscious of what you're saying, but don't be too overcritical that you don't sound like yourself anymore. So, my junior and senior year, and like I said, I'm not bashing on anyone because truly every single person in my life has been amazing to me and have helped me get to where I am today. But in junior and senior year, I changed from hanging out with my freshman and sophomore year friends just because I was part of an organization, I was part of a sorority, so I obviously like I know a lot of people do this too, is where they start to live with their sorority sisters or whatever. And my roommates were great, loved them so much. But my myself when I was with them was not 100% myself as if I were like with my like freshman year friends who I truly just met from pure um pure just like friendship. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. Um but it wasn't until post grad where I was like, wait a minute. I don't even know what I enjoy anymore. I don't even know what I find funny because for the longest time I just like was surrounded by not humor that I didn't find was funny because like things were funny obviously, but it just wasn't me. It wasn't me. So post grad, I was just like, wow, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I find funny. I don't know what I like. Like, I don't know what my style is. I don't know who I am. And then not only with, I don't know what my interests are, but then when I'm talking to people, I really, really watch my words. Where before, obviously I would watch my words before, but it was never like, oh, don't say that. Or I said something and I'm like, oh my God, why did I say that? When I think about it, I'm like, that really wasn't even a bad thing to be saying. Um, but yeah, so identity crisis for a while, and I don't know if I want to get into like, see, I have to watch what I say because I'm not going to edit this, but I know I don't want, I'll talk about a little bit of relationship stuff here and there, but yeah, so I had gotten out of a relationship and I mean, I was fine with that because I was like, I truly felt like I needed to be myself and just worry about myself and not have to worry about someone else, which not in a mean way, obviously, but like at least the both of us needed to focus on ourselves for a period of time. And sorry, I'm literally forgetting what I'm saying. I don't know why I brought that up. But oh yeah, so okay, that comes to just like I guess validation and whatever. So I had just recently realized like I think I put a lot of my emotional I don't even know how to say it. Like my emotional, not baggage, because I didn't want them to like deal with what I had to deal with. But whenever I would be upset about something or I didn't feel, what's the word, adequate enough for something, I would talk to them about it and they would like help me realize, or not even realize things, but just like help me feel better. Where when I was by myself, I really had to just think about that on my own and figure out myself on my own. And I don't even know. I don't even know why I brought that up because I was going to talk about another thing, but I don't think I'm going to talk about that right now. Maybe later when we get a little closer. But yeah, so what my relationship had ended end of last year, end of 2023. So that's when I really picked up journaling again. I've always journaled ever since I was in high school because I had a humongous like it was traumatic, but like it was a breakup. But that was probably the biggest emotional problem, conflict, whatever, in my life at that moment. Like I truly believe that so many people that have gone through things like that or some sort of life altering experience, that is how those people become, I guess, wiser, and they're the people that you go to for advice, and they're like the stronger people. It's because not saying that other people aren't strong that haven't gone through things, but you had to find your way out of this terrible thing that you have never experienced in your life before. So, what was what was I talking about with that? Oh yeah, journaling. So that made me figure out how important it is to journal or just like talk about things, because I would always talk to my friends and stuff in high school. See, this is my problem now. What I found out is this past 2 years, like, or this past year, I don't really go to anyone for like advice or anything, because I don't want to like burden anyone with my problems, or I don't want people to think that I'm too much for talking about my problems with them, like with boys and all this stuff. But in high school, like, I was crying, I was calling my friend, I was doing all these things, and I don't know why I stopped thinking that, friends can help you out with things. But so anyways, back to the journaling part. So I started journaling in high school, and I started therapy in high school too, because I was just like going through something I've never experienced before. It was like waking up with a pain in your chest all the time. And I also had started birth control at that time too, so that probably didn't help the emotional part of it. Also, I got a little mango milk tea. Delicious. But yeah, so that kind of helped me learn to always get your thoughts out when you find yourself spiraling, or when you find yourself just like having a thought and then another pocket of thought opens up, and then it leads to another thing, and then another thing, and then it truly just messes you up, and you lose what your main focus was in your head. So I started journaling, and after this most recent breakup again, I mean, I had journaled like here and there before, but I would mostly just journal when I needed to, like when I really just needed to get things out. But after that breakup, I feel like that was the best way I handled a breakup in my entire life. Like, a lot of my friends were even just like, I do not know how you're doing what you're doing right now. And I truly believe that it's because I went through the gutter in high school that I had to learn what I can and can't do when it comes to dealing with like situations like that. So I've been journaling. I keep going back to this, and I'm not like talking about it. But anyways, so journaling about my day and whatever. And then another thing that I would do is I truly believe that this has kept me sane for the past year, and whether it's real or not, it truly made me just like reflect on my thoughts and actually just like what was going on in my life. So what I would do is, I don't know if you guys know the app CoStar. It's basically this astrology app. You put in your birthday and like location. It gets your chart or whatever. I don't even know exactly what astrology stuff is, but the more and more I read into things, I was kind of like, whoa, this is really, really, really similar to me. So what I would do is I would go to CoStar, get all my readings. So there would be readings of like a daily reading, and then there would be one about like relationships and love, and then social life, yourself, spirituality, routine. And I forgot if there was something else, but I don't know. So with each one of those readings, I would take them and put them into ChatGPT, and then I would ask them to break it down, because the way that they talk about it in the app, it's very, I guess, it's very intellectual sounding. Like, I literally don't understand what some of the things that they're saying are. But I'll put it into ChatGPT and ask them to break it down for me. Break it down. And it helps me like connect what is going on in my life with what is going on in this reading, whether it's true or not, whether you believe it or not. But then it truly just makes me reflect on how I feel about myself, how I feel about certain situations and all these things. So I truly, if you guys are needing some sort of just like external source to, I guess, help you figure out your feelings or whatever, CoStar and ChatGPT will be your best friend. But yeah, over this past year, I've mostly just been doing that, especially since after we graduated. I can say probably, give or take a week or two, like accumulated of a week or two of those days in like a week. I've gone on ChatGPT or ChatGPT, CoStar every single day to just make sense of what's going on in my life, because I don't think people truly just sit down and reflect on what's happening in their life. And after just journaling and like reflecting on what's going on, I've realized that there are certain little like phases that have been going on in my life to get me to where I'm at now. Because, sorry, because everything does happen for a reason. Like, whether it's something that happens that's bad, you know that it's going to be something that's going to help you out in the future at least. Like, when I was in high school and I went through that breakup, I remember in my head I was like, I wish I'd never gotten into this relationship. I wish I had never experienced this before because this is the worst feeling I've ever felt in my entire life and I hate it. And then I look back on it now and I'm like, thank God that happened to me, because I don't think I would even be like this in touch with myself and just who I am and how I react to certain things and like what I need to work on and all that. Like, I don't think I would have been able to recognize half the things that I've recognized if it wasn't for me to like have to figure out that stuff about myself. So also, the thing that I'm also saying is I truly believe that I needed to have this past, I guess, 2 years of me not knowing who I was, not just like not being myself. That's why I had to bring up the relationship thing. Okay, I'll bring this up later. Not knowing who I was, that I needed that for me to figure out who I am now or to build myself back up again. A lot of people, like one of the co-star things I remember it saying was, I forgot what it said, but it's like something about like breaking down something in order to build it back even stronger. And I truly think that that's what's been happening to me for the past like year or so, because I've never been so, I guess, I'm still a little self-conscious about things, but I've never been this confident in who I am and like stuff that I normally would have been really upset about or like tweaking about before. So, for example, at work, I think I did one thing, I made something or whatever, and then they asked me to like make a change or like something about it. And myself before, I would have been like, oh my God, like I'm so stupid. Like why did I even mess up? Why did I even allow myself for them to even make this certain critique about myself? And then after after a couple months, I kind of was just like, or not a couple months after working. And then when I was like working with all my, myself and stuff, I was like, no, I mean, they're not saying anything like directly to me. They're not intentionally trying to make me upset. Like, it's truly just something that they're saying. And it made me realize, like, man, I really got to stop, like, thinking that all these things are really just solely directed towards me and who I am as a person and what I'm capable of, because I know what I'm capable of now. I know what I can do, and I know myself that I'm like, I'm not letting other people's doubts or changes affect me anymore. So with the relationship thing that I was talking about, so with boys and stuff and all these things, like when it comes to posting on social media and all that stuff before, like beginning of the year and all that stuff, I was very like social media, what's the word? Just like tunnel vision on just my image on social media, which I absolutely hate. And it was like a period of I'm posting what I want to post, and I'm kind of posting like subconsciously for someone else to see it or something. And then it switched to, do I want to be posting all these things because I don't want them to think that I'm, posting it for them? To me now being like, why am I even thinking about how other people are going to perceive what I post or what I make when everything of what I do is truly for myself? One of the things that I did read is that, like, to treat social media and all this stuff. See, this is why I hate social media, because if this was in the past, this would not be a thing. You should not be knowing, like, what other people are doing all the time. People shouldn't be knowing what you're doing all the time. Like, that is just, like, you're comparing yourself to everyone all the time, and it's just not healthy. But anyways, I was just like, why am I, letting some other people dictate what I'm allowed to post on social media. And this is what I was this is like kind of what I'm talking about when it comes to the past 2 years. Like the people that I was around, like I didn't feel like I could like I mean, I was myself and I could be myself, but then when it came to certain things, I was just like, I don't know if I want to do this because I know that these people don't like it, or when they talk about certain things, I'm just like, oh my God, I can't imagine like me doing this. Like, what are they going to say about this? So why am I letting, like, why did I let people, anyways. But if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't have realized that it shouldn't be like that. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Back to the social media thing. But treat your social media like it's your own scrapbook. Like, that's what I'm trying to do now is just posting what I want to post and do what I want to do, because the reason why I make stuff, like videos and all these things, especially like posting edits and stuff on like Instagram or like TikTok or something, it's because I truly enjoy like the craft of doing something and like creating something, not because I'm trying to get a like, what is the word, reaction out of it or something from someone. I feel like I don't know I think I talked about all the things I need to talk about. I'm also really sorry if this is just like so scattered and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I think I've done a lot of growing recently just from journaling and stuff. Truly just like reflecting on myself and reflecting on why I feel this way after this certain thing happened. So like one of the journal things that I'll do is one good thing that happened to me, and then one bad thing that happened to me, and then what I'm grateful for, and then I'll start talking about my day. So that truly just makes me think about what is literally actually happening in my life. Like, what are the good things that are happening? What are the bad things? And what are things that I can like improve on or whatever, or help me reach my like highest self. I don't know, like it truly does help. And I cannot emphasize, I don't even know how to like explain it enough, but truly just getting your thoughts out there. And the best thing also is you're able to read it back. So I will read my high school like journal and then my freshman year journal, and I have manifestations in there that have literally came true because I like wrote them down and I set okay, this is a whole completely different thing. But going back and like reading those manifestations, and I'm like, holy crap, like this happened. Like this actually came true. And like seeing what I also, sorry, I say like all the time. But just seeing what my struggles were at that point to seeing what they are now, I'm just like, holy crap, I have grown so much since then that it's like it's just so nice to see. Like, yeah, you can journal, like write notes on your phone. I do that too. And like take pictures and all that stuff to remember your time and in that moment, but just writing how you feel at that time, it brings you back to that moment, and you're just like, whoa, like I have grown so much. And that's truly like basically the whole thing of this video too, is just I feel like I have grown so much since just post-grad, which was literally in May, and it's December, it's the end of the year. And I feel like I've grown so much just spiritually, emotionally. Like I truly don't, I mean, I'll get offended by things, but I don't take things to heart like I did before, because I know myself and I know what I'm capable of, and I know just like if you're just a good person and do what you need to do, then all things will come back to you. If you also just put in the work, though, you have to put in the work. So internal work, like meditation, watching videos, like that's helped me a lot. Just like hearing other people's thoughts on things. When you hear a phrase from someone else that you've never heard before, like it can truly change your perspective on something. And when I was younger, I was just like, what are like quotes and stuff gonna do to people or whatever? But so many quotes that I didn't have in the beginning of the year that I got now, I'm just like, wow, my perspective on things have truly changed because of this one quote or these quotes. Like the one, like treating social media as your scrapbook. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, but yeah. So that is all for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this style. I think I'm gonna continue this. I actually really like it because it really will also help me just sit and calm, because sometimes when I am in front of the camera, I'm very just like and that's just like my, I don't even know, like anxiety or something. I don't know. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, requests for me to talk about, let me know. I have a few of these kind of videos that I have in mind for this style of just like me sitting in my car and talking, no cuts, no nothing. But yeah, but let me know if you guys have any suggestions. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.